Have we finally found a replacement worthy of the famous Atlas robot from Boston Dynamics? Today, you will discover if human-shaped robots are really ready to enter sports, and you will understand what two new models with superhuman strength are capable of doing. I know that when we see these impressive videos on the internet, the first doubt that appears is this real or is it just computer montage? But the technical specifications have just come out, and as we here at Artificial Intelligence News analyze technology in depth every day, I will show you now what is real and why this technology has changed levels at this exact moment. Let's go straight to the details. Before I show you the technical data, pause the video quickly and cast your guess in the comments. If a basketball match for money were to happen today between the best human athletes and these new robots, on whom would you bet your chips? Thank you for the comment. Now let's get to the facts. To start, we need to talk about the Phybot cone, which is a robot made to be a companion. It is curious because this model has gone somewhat unnoticed until now. Let's go straight to its characteristics, because that is where it gets interesting. The first thing that draws attention is that it has a screen that projects images on its face. It is a novelty, something we had not seen in this way before. The way it stands reminds quite a bit of Atlas, but the size is very different. Think of it as having a size similar to that of a large child. Speaking in exact numbers, it is about 1 meter and 28 centimeters tall and weighs 28 kilograms. The robot has 25 points of movement, which is what allows it to move. There is a special detail about its joints that I will explain very soon, but I tell you in advance that it has a rotational force of 244 Newton meters and a battery of 6 ampere hours, which ensures that it works alone for 4 hours. Now, let's understand these 25 points of movement to see how it moves. In the head, it has 2 movements to rotate and tilt. In the arms, there are 5 movements divided between shoulders, elbows, and wrists. At the waist, it can rotate. Furthermore, each leg has 6 points of movement, covering hip, knee, and ankle, which is fundamental for it to walk well. In the brain part, the robot uses an Intel Core i7 processor, which is a computer part, to think about everything. This processor controls the red, green, blue color cameras that see in depth in the head, allowing the robot to understand the distance of things and be able to map the environment in 3 dimensions. In the legs, 9-axis inertial measurement unit sensors were installed. They tell the robot if it is falling or standing in real time, working together with other balance and direction sensors. But it is worth going back to that unique feature I mentioned, the screen on the face. This allows showing things, making presentations, or even showing emotions, changing colors as we wish. The most important point here is the weight. At only 28 kilograms or about 62 pounds, it is significantly lighter than Boston Dynamics Atlas, which weighs 80 kilograms. This shows that the company wants to sell this robot as a robot friend, focused on interacting and not on using brute force. But the conversation changes when we look at their other product, the Monet, which is the larger robot to do everything. Before talking about it, regarding the price of the smaller model, the Cone, we still have nothing confirmed. The estimate is that it will be between 5,000 and 10,000 United States dollars. Regarding when it will launch, their site does not give dates, but it is likely that we see something concrete in the year 2026 or later, as it seems to be in the very beginning. An important detail, the Cone does not have hands, but the Mon, which I will describe now, does. And this subject of hands and movements leads us to an interesting question. Are robots arriving to play sports? Researchers working with physics simulation, specifically the people linked to the development of the Unitree G1 robot, showed images of this robot doing basketball movements from jump shots to running plays. Many people doubted, asking if it was computer montage or truth. If it is true, we have to think, should robots compete against humans or should we have separate championships? And if you got excited imagining this robotic crowd in the stands, take advantage of this play, leave the like and leave the hype, showing that you also want to see the future enter the court right now. Returning to the main subject, let's talk about the Phybot Mon. This one is a high-performance robot for general use. It is 1 meter and 72 centimeters tall, or about 5 feet and 8 inches, and weighs less than 60 kilograms, or approximately 132 pounds. In total, there are 32 points of movement, 2 in the head, 7 in each arm, 2 in the waist, and 7 in each leg. And that is not counting the ability of the hands, since it has complete hands with 5 fingers. Its strength is remarkable. It can carry 20 kilograms in its arms or more than 50 kilograms on its back, managing to carry up to 83% of its own weight. This happens because of the motors they call Superhuman. Its walking speed exceeds 2 meters per second. This is about 7.2 kilometers per hour. For you to have an idea, this speed is faster than most robots sold today. The data that really impresses is the maximum force of the joints, which is 530 Newton meters. They say this exceeds the force of a Formula 1 car engine. If we compare the size, this is possible thanks to the special joints patented by the company, which know the exact position in real time. The design of the parts is made in modules, which makes it easy to repair. It can stay on for more than 2 hours straight, but uses 2 batteries that can be swapped without turning off the robot in just 15 seconds. This whole system powers a processor called Nvidia Jetson Orin NX, which is a small supercomputer that performs 100 trillion operations per second to process artificial intelligence on the spot, in addition to controlling the 3-dimensional cameras and the cameras that see the environment very well. The program that controls the movements was made by the company itself, and compared to the smaller model, the Mon serves to work in factories and services, going far beyond just staying at home. Information is still missing, of course, we do not know the price. The doubt remains if it will cost in the range of 10,000, 20,000 or 30,000 United States dollars to compete with the Tesla robot, or if it will be very expensive equipment like that of Boston Dynamics. The launch should also be between the year 2026 and 2027. Finally, the computer program part is fascinating. The system called Flexion Reflect V0 may be the most modern way to make the robot think alone. It uses our normal language to reason. Instead of teaching the robot manually each movement, it uses a 3-layer system. First, an artificial intelligence that understands text, called large language model, divides a simple order in English and chooses the tools. Then, a generator creates the path of movement. And finally, a system that learns from errors and successes performs the movement on the real ground. Now that you have seen that it has the strength of a Formula 1 engine and learns alone just by talking, tell me down below, what is the first boring or heavy task of your daily life that you would hand over to this robot right now if it knocked on your door? The big catch is that they use computer simulation data first and only use real-world data to adjust what is missing. It is a smart way to make the machine learn fast. Anyway, it is a lot of new technology arriving all at once, so to prove to the algorithm that your brain also learns fast and wants more news like this, leave the like and leave the hype down below.